So if you watched my previous video, you know I hit 94 overall. Now, if you haven't watched it, the card is going to pop up in the top. Go and watch that and then come back here, okay? Go watch that and then come back. I'll wait. Alright? You watched it? Alright, cool. So now you know I hit 94 overall. I'm about to tell you how I did it. And to tell you how I did it, I'm going to have to go all the way back to Macri, where as you can see, I'm getting over 100k a game if I play the whole game. And if I play a half, I'm getting anywhere between 70 and 80k a game. You can see it on the screen. Do the maths. If you get 70, that's about 160k an hour. And if you get 80, like this one, like this is 79, pretty much 80, that's 200k an hour. So, you know what I'm saying? My method is 30, man. So we're gonna get straight into this, man. You know, let's go. Yo, what's good, people? It's your boy Legendary Show Neen, and I'm back with the long awaited rep video. Now, a lot of rep videos I've seen, they either don't show you the rep that they're actually getting, or they don't really show you the method and explain it properly, or they take years and years and years to get into the actual method. So as you already know, I've shown you the rep that I'm getting. You've seen it in the background. I'm going to explain everything in depth, yeah, okay, in depth, step by step. But before I do that, I'm going to run through the whole method quickly, quick summary. So if you just want to see the method and you know, if you feel like off the back of that you can go do it, then go do it. I got this idea from that boy, I can't take credit for that. But yeah, I'm gonna get straight into this method, man. So let's get it. Alright, so I'm about to explain this whole method to you in 1 minute real quick, fam. So I know there's some funny shit going on in the background. Just ignore that, man. Try not to focus on that. Take this as a try not to laugh challenge. Yeah, don't watch that. Focus on my voice. You feel me? Alright, cool. We're gonna get straight into this. 1 minute. Let's go. First thing you want to do is go Hall of Fame 12-minute quarters. Alright, second thing, make sure you're the point guard. Take out anybody else who can play point guard from your rotation. 0 minutes. Make sure you have quick one elevator rip in your playbook. Jump into the game. First quarter, run quick one elevator rip, double tap triangle, catch an alley-oop. Easy. Do that for the whole first quarter until you get team takeover. Team takeover, run a pick and roll with yourself as the roller, catch an alley-oop, and then go back to quick one elevator rip. By the start of the second quarter, you should have 15 to 20 alley-oop finishes. If you do, then you're going to choose one of these 4 methods. First method, pick and roll with your center, throw him an alley-oop. Second method, pick and roll with your center, score a teardropper. Third method, pick and roll with your center, get a posterizing dunk. Fourth method, pick and roll with your center, pick right side or left side, flashy assist to the man in the corner, drain a 3. Easy. Alright, you're going to play good defense for the whole game. Make sure you don't play half court trap, because otherwise you might not be up by 11. But when you are up by 11 and you have an A+ grade, sim out the game and get your rep, yo. Yeah. So yeah, man, if you feel like that's enough explanation for you and you got the method down pat, then drop a like on this video, man, and subscribe, and then, you know, be on your way and start getting this rep, bro. But if you want more in-depth explanation into how you do the method and why you do certain things, stick around and I'm gonna get that for you, man. So let's get it. Okay, so if you're still here, I'm gonna run through the method step by step now to make sure that you understand exactly what you need to do to get the most amount of rep. All right, so we're going to cover the setup bit first. So the first thing you need to do is make sure that you're on a team with a center that has at least Lob City finisher on silver and brick wall on at least silver. Okay, that's what you need. So on my team, I have Andre Drummond as my center, and if I go to his badges, you'll see that he has brick wall on gold, and he has Lob City finisher on silver. Now over time that's dropped, he had it on higher before, but yeah, you definitely want to have that. Other centers that this works with are DeAndre Jordan, Hassan Whiteside as well, Tristan Thompson too. These are all good centers to run this with. All right, so you want to make sure you have that. The second thing you want to do is you want to go to your options and your settings, and you're going to put it on Hall of Fame, and you're going to put it on 12 minutes. All right, Hall of Fame and 12 minutes. Okay, you're also going to go down and you're going to take off action replays and after basket camera cuts. Have those on never, because they're just going to waste a load of time that you don't need to waste. All right, so have those on never. Okay, so the next bit now is going to be all about how you set up your team. Now, in order to have access to the minutes and move your minutes around, you need to be a franchise player. And in order to have access to the roster to move players around, oh my god, this game, blue screen, man, what the fuck, man? Oh god, I'm gonna be back, man. Fuck's sake. Alright, so where were we, man? Okay, so you want to go into my minutes. All right, now in order to move players around, so to actually change where players are in your rotation in the roster, you need to be a 90 overall, and to have access to your playbook you need to be a 90 overall. Now, in order to adjust the minutes of the players like this, you need to be a franchise player. Okay, now you need to have both of them to make this method work to the best of its ability. If you don't have both of them, I can help you to get 90 overall. That's going to be in this video. If you want to see a video on how to become a franchise player quickly, let me know in the comments and I'll do a video for that. But if you're not a 90 overall yet, then I'm going to put a timestamp in the description. Okay, so go to the description underneath this video, go to the description, and there'll be a timestamp for where you guys should jump back into the video. So make sure you go there now if you're not a 90 overall. Okay, alright, for those of you who are, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go to your lineup and you're going to put yourself as the point guard. Okay, because you want to run all of the players. All of the players should run through you, and when you're the point guard, you won't get called up for having that hold ball too long, which is going to destroy your teammate grade. If you're a shooting guard, that will destroy your teammate grade. So put yourself as point guard. You're then going to take out all of the players who could play point guard in your rotation. So if you go into a player and you see that they've got point guard in their position like this guy does, you're going to take him out of the rotation. All right, now ideally the rest of your rotation, you want them all to be able to shoot. So all of these players in my rotation can shoot. If I go to grades, you see 3-point scoring A+, 3-point scoring A+, 3-point scoring A+. All right, and then I've got my center Andre Drummond. All right, so that's the setup you want. Now you want to make sure that your 6th man ideally is another center who has Lob City finisher on at least silver. If I go to his badges, you see he's got Lob City finisher on silver and he's got Brick Wall on bronze. So even if Andre Drummond comes out the game, I can kind of still do my method. All right, now of these 3 players, you're going to pick the best passer. All right, the player with the best passing ability, and you're going to put them at power forward. So I know Roy Stone has the best passing ability. You can see and if I go to the grades, you can see his playmaking is a B, right? So he has the best passing ability on my team. It doesn't matter, they don't need Lob City passer, that's a bonus. But really the only player who doesn't play point guard who has Lob City passer is LeBron. So you know, it is what it is. So you're just going to pick the player with the best passing ability. All right, and then you're going to put the others in their positions. I'm going to put him as small forward just because I don't want him to get swapped round to point guard at any point in time, just in case. All right, so once you've done the rotation, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the minutes and you're going to give everybody outside of your starting 5 and the 6th man, you're going to give them all 0 minutes. All right, so I'm giving them all 0 minutes right now. Okay, now your 6th man, you're going to give him 10 minutes and you're going to give everybody else in the lineup 48. All right, so everyone else in the lineup is going to have 48 minutes except the 6th man, who's going to have 10, and yourself, because that's going to be set by your contract. So my contract gives me 38 minutes. All right, so that's what you're going to do. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to your playbook. All right, edit playbook. You can see I've already done it. So you're going to add this play, quick run elevator rip. If it's not already in your playbook, what you're going to do is you're going to go to any one of your plays. You're going to go down to the 3-point plays. You're going to pick the top play like this and click replace play. L2 takes you to 3-point, and then you go down to about here and it should be there. Quick one elevator rip. You see that? And then you just select it and replace. All right, so that's what you do to add the play to your catalog. Then you're going to go through, this is a bit time consuming, but you're going to go through and delete all of the other plays before it. All right, so I didn't bother deleting any of these because I didn't really care that much about those. I just want quick one elevator rip to be at the top. But to delete a play, very much the same way you went to replace it, you click on it and just remove play. Yeah, easy, takes it out of the playbook. So ideally you just want quick one elevator rip to be right at the top of your playbook. All right, next thing you're going to do is press R2 where it says assign plays. I don't care about Andre Drummond, he can do what he like, but every other player on this list you're going to set their priority to 3-point. Okay, I don't bother with him because he's not in the lineup. He's not in the lineup. I've put him to 3-point anyway. I'm on 3-point. So that priority 1, any player that's going to be in your lineup, you want their priority 1 to be 3-point. You just change it over here, and then ideally you want these all to be none as well, just to make sure that nothing crazy happens. So if they've already got 3-point, just change it to something else, and then put 3-point there, and then put everything else at none. Really easy step there, but this is really going to help you, because if everyone's priority is set to 3-point, they're all going to stay around the 3-point line, which is going to leave the paint open for you more often than not. So you see, he's in my starting lineup, 3-point, nothing else. So yeah, that's what you're going to do, and then you're going to be ready to get into the game, yo. So let's get straight into it, man. You know, let's go. Okay, so you can see the game is just starting and we just tipped off. So for the whole of the first quarter, you're going to run quick 1 elevator rip. As you can see, I do a little double move, step back, get some space, run around the outside, call for the alley-oop, and I finish. Okay, nice and easy. I'm going to run it by you one more time so you can see what it looks like before we run it in slow motion. Call the play, little double move, step back to get the space, play it to my shooting guard, run around the outside, and I dunk. Nice and easy. Alright, so I'm going to run it by you in slow motion and tell you exactly what you do. Okay, so I get the ball, I tap L1 and X to bring up my list of plays. I then press X for quick 1 elevator rip. Okay, I do my double crossover. I'm going to do another one again because I'm waiting for my shooting guard to get into position for the play. Then I tap the right analog stick back to do the step back. I come over to the left. That's going to drag your defender out of position. R1 and circle to pass it to my shooting guard, and I run around the outside seeing the space. Shooting guard passes it to the power forward, and when I get to about here, I call for the alley-oop. Double tap triangle for the alley-oop, and I hold square to finish. As you can see, the man is underneath the basket, which gives me a posterizer, and obviously I get alley-oop finish as well. So that's how you run it, and you're just going to run that for the whole of the first quarter. Okay, one more time just to make sure you got it. So, ball in my hands, I'm going to tap L1 to bring up the icons for who I want to run the play through, and I'm going to press X to run the play through myself. Okay, once I've done that, it'll bring up the list of plays. As you can see, quick 1 elevator rip is at the top. I'm going to press X to run quick 1 elevator rip. As the players are getting into position, I just do some crossovers, double crossovers here and there, just to bide some time, get the defender guessing, and then I do a step back, right analog stick, flick it back to get the space. R1 to bring up icons, and circle for the shooting guard, and then I'll run around to the space. You can see where the icon is, where the circle is on the floor. I'm just going to run around into the space. Okay, shooting guard passes it to the power forward. When I get to about here, I double tap triangle to call for the alley-oop finish, and then I hold square to finish the alley-oop.
These nuts. Got him.
As you can see, player is underneath the basket, so that's going to give me a posterizing dunk, even though it's not a contact dunk. They just need to be underneath the rim to get the posterizer, and it's also going to give me alley-oop finish. You see it coming up in the top right there. Alright, so you're going to keep running that throughout the first quarter until you get your team takeover. Alright, you see I got the team takeover there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to run pick and rolls with yourself as the roller. This is what that's going to look like. So I'm going to explain that in slow motion later on in the video once all the non-90 overalls have joined us. Alright, so that's your first quarter done. Alright, you're going to keep doing that throughout the whole of the first quarter till you get to the second quarter. Now at the start of the second quarter, you should have anywhere between 15 to 20 alley-oop finishes already completed. Alright, if you do, that's fine. If you don't, keep doing quick 1 elevator rip until you do. Okay, once you have between 15 to 20, ideally 20, what you're then going to do is you're going to switch to one of these 4 alternative methods. Now if you weren't a 90 overall or franchise player and you skipped, you would have reached this point. Okay, so you're going to pick one of these methods and do this for the whole game. All right, you're going to do this the entire game. Method number 1 is alley-oop to your center. All right, so this is what that's going to look like. Easy. Alright, so this is what you're going to do in slow motion. You're going to tap L1 to bring up the icons. You're going to tap X for yourself. If you're non-90 overall, you won't be able to do this, but if you are and you're the point guard, you're going to then press triangle to call it isolation. Then you're going to tap L1 again and hold L2 to call for a screen with your center. Tap L3 to make sure he sets the screen on the right hand side. Do a little double move, double crossover, get your double move, run the player into the screen. Now here you're going to let go of turbo and keep going forward, waiting for your center to come in line with you. When he does, double tap triangle, and get your alley-oop, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run it by you one more time in slow motion just to make sure you got it, okay? So tap L1 brings up the icons. You're gonna press X for yourself, or whatever the icon is for yourself. All right, if you're a non-90 overall, leave it at that. It will do a mini ISO. If you are and you've set yourself as the point guard, you can run plays, press triangle to call for an isolation, then L1 again, L2 for your center, hold L2, tap L3 to make him set the screen on the right hand side. As he's coming, double crossover for your double move, then run the player into the screen. If he's got that brick wall, he's gonna move a little just to make sure the screen is set. Now you're gonna let go of turbo, but keep running forward as you wait for your center. As you see him getting towards the paint, double tap triangle to throw the alley-oop. He'll catch it and he'll dunk it, man. So over time your IQ gets better. You'll know when and to throw the alley-oop and what the right position is. But yeah, that's gonna get you loads and loads of points towards your teammate grade to get you as close to that A+ as possible. Okay, so alternative method number 2 is the teardropper method. You're going to do the exact same thing as before. Call an ISO, call a screen with your center. Go around the screen, but you're going to drive to the paint and hold the right analog stick back without turbo to do a teardropper. Nice and easy. I'll run that by you in slow motion one more time. So exactly the same as before. Bring the ball up, call an ISO. Next thing you do is call a screen with your center, L3, to make sure he sets the screen on the right hand side. You do the double move so that you get your dribble drive success, and you see me do that double move, and then you run the player into the screen to get your pick and roll success. Now if the lane is clear just as it is here, you're just going to drive to the hoop, and about here you're going to start holding the right analog stick back, no turbo, time your release to make sure you get a green, and do a teardropper. Nice and easy. Okay, it's going to work for all the archetypes. All right, all archetypes, nice and easy. Okay, so these are going to be your 2 primary alternative methods. Swap between the 2. Don't just do the same one. Swap between the 2. One of them, the alley-oops, are going to give you teammate grade. The other one is going to give you points towards your takeover. All right, now as you can see, I've got team takeover. So this is what you're going to do in team takeover. You're going to run pick and rolls with yourself as the roller. It's going to look exactly like that. All right. Okay, so I'm going to run through that in slow motion for you. I'm currently bringing the ball up with my shooting guard. I tap L1 to bring up the icons for who to run the play through. I hold X and tap L3 to bring the screen with myself, my player, but I want him to screen it on the right hand side. So you're going to see he's going to set the screen on the right hand side. I'm just protecting the ball until I come. As soon as I get there, I'm running the player into the screen. That's going to give me a pick and roll finish. Then I slow down, okay? I'm not using turbo right now. No turbo, as I wait for my player to get into the paint. As soon as I see him get towards the paint, double tap triangle, hold square, and finish. Alley-oop finish. Simple. So that's going to give you pick and roll finish and alley-oop finish, okay? And trust me, pick and roll finish, you get so many points for those. So I'm going to run that by you one more time. So tap L1 to bring up the icons, hold X, and then tap L3 to bring a screen with your player on the right hand side. Okay, so we're running all of these pick and rolls, we're running them on the right hand side. So while you're waiting for your player to come, you're just gonna protect the ball, L2. Okay, protect the ball, because you don't want the ball to get stolen from you. And we don't care about doing no double dribble. Okay, we don't care. As soon as the player comes and sets the screen, you're gonna run the defender into your screen. Okay, and now you're gonna let go of turbo. Okay, letting go of turbo is really important, especially in situations like this where you might even need to protect the ball with L2 to make sure it doesn't get stolen from you. As soon as your player hits that semicircle, double tap triangle, hold square to finish the alley-oop. And a lot of the time you'll get posterizer as well. So this move is going to give you posterizer, alley-oop finish, and pick and roll finish. So this is an opportunity for you to stack loads and loads of points. Okay, so the third method is going to be the posterizer method. Okay, this is really going to be for players that have posterizer on at least silver if you want it to be consistent, but it can work again for any archetype. Just if you want it to be the most consistent, have posterizer on silver. All right, you see what it looks like? I'm going to run through it in slow motion right now. So exactly the same as the other 2 methods. You're going to bring the ball up, you're going to call for an ISO, L1 X to select yourself, triangle for the ISO, and then you're going to call a screen with your center and tap L3 to make him set the screen on the right hand side. Okay, once he does that, you're going to do a double move. You need to at least get 2 crossovers. You see me do more as I'm waiting for my center to come. As soon as he comes, run the player into the screen. Okay, now you're going to run to the rim. As you can see, I can see there's a player there. Now there isn't anybody there. I could go for the alley-oop, but I can see my defender coming in behind me. I just go for the poster. As soon as I dunk it, he's underneath the rim, so I'm going to get a poster. All right, you can see it pop up in the top right. Now I got posterized. All right, so that's why this will work for any archetype, because you don't actually need to have a contact dunk for it to be successful. Now, there are times when players will come from the left hand side, you get a help defender from the left corner, and you may need to have a contact dunk for it to work, which is why having posterizer on silver is really helpful. But you can do it if you don't have posterizer. As you can see, you don't need to get a contact dunk. All right, that's method number 3. So we're on to the last method now, method number 4, and this is really if all else fails. If nothing else is working, this is what you do. So you see I get double teamed, flashy assist into the corner, he drains the 3. All right, so this is really if nothing else is working. Let me run that by you in slow motion. So exactly the same as the other 4 methods, you're going to bring the ball up and call for an ISO, okay? L1, X, or whatever your icon is, and then a triangle if you can call plays. Then you're going to call for a screen with your center. L1, hold L2 and tap L3, so he sets the screen on the right hand side. As he's coming, you do a double move. I just do a double crossover, left right or right left, whatever that may be. Ball in the right hand, you run towards the screen, run the player into the screen. Now as you can see, I'm being double teamed. My center doesn't have a clear lane for the alley-oop. I can't get a posterizer, so I see the open man, double tap circle for a flashy assist. As soon as you shoot, as soon as you pass in the ball, if he's open, he'll shoot. And if you've set your team up right and you're surrounded by shooters, it's a 3. You know what I'm saying? It's going in and you're getting your assist, and you get a flashy assist as well. So that's it, man. That's the method, yo. Follow these steps and I guarantee you, you're gonna stack rep, bro. You're gonna stack rep. Okay, now defense. Okay, on defense, you want to play good defense. Okay, play good defense, and make sure you're not running half court trap. Okay, half court trap is for the sharpshooters because they're draining 3s. Okay, that's a 3s versus 2s game. So for the sharpshooters, half court trap makes sense. They can shoot way more often and so on, because it doesn't matter to them. They're gonna outscore the opponent. But for us guys, we're scoring 2s, so we don't want half court trap. Trust me when I tell you, taking off half court trap really helped me, because it meant that pretty much all of my games I'm up by 11 at half time. This game right here, I'm up by almost 20 at half time, so it's crazy. Okay, so you're just gonna do that, play good defense, and make sure you don't put on half court trap. Then what you want to do is you want to make sure you're up by 11 points and you have an A+. Okay, if you're nowhere near an A+, if you're on like a B or a B+, okay, then don't worry about it. If you're on a B+ and you're close to get to an A-, get to an A-, then sim out. Okay, but if you're on an A, keep playing until you get to an A+. That's exactly what I did here. I kept playing until I got to an A+. I messed up a few times during the game, some dumb turnovers and stuff. If you do a turnover, do whatever you need to do to stop them from scoring, even if you need to foul them, because allowing a score off a turnover just destroys your teammate grade. All right, so that's what happened to me, so I had to keep playing for a bit, but you know, I did it. I got to the end, got to the point where I got my A+, simmed out the game, and I'm stacking my rep, bro. You know what I mean? So that's it, nice and easy. If that's still not enough of an explanation for you, if you still need more, I will be streaming. Now that I've done this video, I will be streaming my rep grind, man. So I'll be streaming a lot more often and stuff. So if you do have questions, come through to the streams, man. Ask the questions there. I'll show you guys how to do it live on stream and all of that good stuff, man. But yeah, man, if this video really helped you out, then please do me a favor and like the video. Also comment down below if it helped you. Let me know what build you are, and what your overall is as well, and if you're trying to grind to 99. Yeah, man, and obviously subscribe to your boy, man. I'm trying to keep these videos coming for you lot, trying to make sure that I get you guys the info that you need. Also, badge tutorials coming. Let me know which badges you guys are finding difficult in the comments, and I'll hook you up, man. But yeah, it's been your boy Legendary Shoni, man. Thank you for coming through. I'm gonna catch you in the next video, y'all. You know how we do. Gang.